When Jesus had crossed again in the boat to the other side, a large crowd gathered round him, and he stayed by the lakeside. Then one of the synagogue officials came up, Jairus by name, and seeing him fell at his feet and pleaded with him earnestly, saying, "My little daughter is desperately sick. Do come and lay your hands on her to make her better and save her life." Jesus went with him, and a large crowd followed him. While he was still speaking, some people arrived from the house of the synagogue official to say, "Your daughter is dead. Why put the master to any further trouble?" But Jesus had overheard this remark, and he said to the official, "Do not be afraid, only have faith." And he allowed no one to go with him except Peter and James and John, the brother of James. So they came to the official's house, and Jesus noticed all the commotion, with people weeping and wailing unrestrainedly. He went in and said to them, "Why all this commotion and crying? The child is not dead, but asleep." But they laughed at him. So he turned them all out, and taking with him the child's father and mother and his own companions, he went into the place where the child lay. And taking the child by the hand, he said to her, "Talitha cum," which means, "Little girl, I tell you to get up." The little girl got up at once and began to walk about, for she was 12 years old. At this they were overcome with astonishment, and he ordered them strictly not to let anyone know about it, and told them to give her something to eat. I love that last sentence. Jesus is so concerned for the child, he tells the parents to give her something to eat. He really understands the human condition. We wonder why he didn't cure her from a distance. But no, he takes his special disciples with him, and he takes the child's parents, and he turns everyone else out, as the phrase goes. And then he works. So it's like Jesus works with us in an intimate fashion. He doesn't do it at a distance. I wonder if you've ever experienced Jesus doing that for you in your life. Have you ever felt that Jesus was really there with you, that Jesus was really guiding you, that he was accompanying you somehow? And maybe it was that in-sense feeling that you have, the inward feeling. Or maybe it was somebody who just appeared to shoulder your burden, to walk with you, to accompany you. Or maybe it was a book you read or a retreat you went to and you felt so inspired by it. In following Jesus, we are called to walk in his footsteps. He reached out and helped people in need. And in this parable, he's inviting us to do the same thing, as well as to notice that he is the Son of God and that he does have power. That power he has calls us to follow him and to be true Christian disciples. So what does it mean to be a Christian disciple? A, believing in Jesus and believing Jesus. Carl Jung once said, "I don't believe in God," and people were aghast. He said, "I believe God." And above the doorpost of his house, in the lintel, carved into the lintel, were the words, "Called or uncalled, God is always present." And that's what we're called to believe. And to be fully human in that belief, even to the extent of giving a child some food. Have a good week.